What's up? I just finished editing this video and I decided that I wanted to put a little bit of a disclaimer in the beginning. In this video, we show little snippets of our chicken processing. We don't show anything too gory, but I wanted to put a little disclaimer out there just to forewarn you. Also, I wanted to just add a little bit of a discussion behind why we have chosen to do this. So make sure you stay tuned to the end and join us for a little bit of a discussion on our decision for raising our own meat birds.
Okay, go ahead.
What's up, YouTube? It's Amy with the Timmy Family Farm, and today's a pretty big day here on the farm. Drew and I are going to be processing our 25 meat birds. We had our 25 meat birds in our chicken tractor, rotating them every day throughout our property, our yard, and today's the day that we get to put them in the freezer. Now, I can't show you all of the gory details of what the dispatching process looks like, but I can take you over and show you our setup and maybe show you a few shots as we go through and do this thing. This is our first time doing a large processing like this. We have processed one chicken so far. We had Tucker get some of our laying hens, and one of them that he broke the neck of, we decided to try to process ourselves, and that went okay. We hand plucked it, and so yeah, that went fine, and now we're ready to go from that 1 to 25. And so it's just Drew and I and the dogs and the cats and the goats and the chickens, and soon to be dinner. All right, let's go over and check out our setup. So this is our processing cone, and for this we will hang the chicken up upside down. It's actually a very humane way to dispatch a bird, a chicken or a turkey. They tend to get very calm, almost sedative when they get hung upside down, and it happens very quick. This is our scalder. Once the chicken has bled out, we bring it over and dunk it into this water. It is heat controlled to keep a temperature of 158 to 160 degrees to help the feathers come out easier. Then we drop it into our Yardbird chicken plucker. You can see the rubber fingers inside, and that helps the feathers come off. Then we take it over to our table where we will pull out all of the entrails and the insides, and then we dunk it into an ice bath and let it chill until we are ready to get everything into freezer bags.
It's going to depend on how many times you can.
These are all of our cut sections, minus a couple that we've already put in the freezer.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching our processing video. This was our first major processing and it went over really, really well. We put over 100 pounds of chicken in our freezer. I know this isn't for everybody, and I know that we are kind of the weird ones that are doing this, because let's get real, like who, especially in suburbia, who is raising their own chickens to eat, right? Like, it's very weird, and it's okay if people think we're weird. Drew and I are pretty cognizant of the fact that we are going against the grain of society a little bit as we start down this journey of growing and raising a large portion of our own food. Early in the pandemic, we started hearing about potential meat sources. Then you start seeing posts going around social media that talk about how food that is being raised in the US is then being sent to China or another country for packaging and processing, and then being sent back to the US. Like, with commercially available meats, there's just no, we're so far removed from the process of where they come from that we don't often think about it. We don't think about any diseases that they might have had, any treatments that they might have had, any medicines or chemicals, the life that they lived, whether they were kept in cages and just fed a whole bunch or what. We just don't really think about it. And Drew and I decided that this is one area in which we can take control over what is going into our bodies. So with these chickens, we knew exactly what they were fed. We knew that they were on fresh grass every single day. We knew that they were not given chemicals or hormones, like growth hormones or anything like that. And so we were fairly confident that the meat that they produce for us and are going to supply to our family is a very high quality meat. For those of you that could never butcher your own chicken or do that sort of thing, but you like the idea of having responsibly grown meats for your family, then I would encourage you to start talking to people, to farmers that are at your local farmers market. Most small farmers that are doing this, if you start talking to them, they will be very excited to talk to you about the process. And once you meet a farmer, I would encourage you, like, ask if you can come see their process. Ask if you can come see their farm. And that way you can go and you can see how the food is raised, or how those animals are raised, how they're cared for, the type of living environments they have. In talking with the farmer, you will get a good sense of whether how they are raising these animals for meat is in line with the things that you value and that you hope for. And then you can make an informed decision for your family in terms of what kind of meat you're going to be putting on the table. Most sustainable growers and responsible growers are going to be very open to you coming to see their setup. They're very proud of it. They know that it's not the easy way, but they know that it's a really, really good way, if not the best way, to raise these animals. So if they hem and haw and are not very open to that, then I see that as a red flag, and I see that as something that maybe you should caution away from and look for another farm that does open their gates to you to come and see their process and to see how their animals are raised. For us, we've decided to take that this is one area in which we can take 100% control over what is going into our family's bodies. We can tell you exactly what the chicken was given or not given in terms of feed. We know that they are not given any sort of growth hormones. We know that they are not diseased or sick. We can tell all of these things. We know that they saw fresh grass every single day. And we know that because we've raised them. We've been there since they were chicks and all the way through until processing day. We know that how they were processed was the most humane way that we are able to do it. This is the decision that we've made for our family, and we feel pretty confident in it. We feel pretty good about it. We hope to expand next year and process more chickens and even raise our own Thanksgiving turkey. that's really all I have. I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I just want to encourage you to start thinking critically about the food that's going on your plate and that you're putting in your bodies. There are ways to raise these animals responsibly and sustainably, and if you can find a source, and if you're not doing it for yourself, but you can find a source who is, that's even better. Thank you guys so much for coming by the farm. Until next time. See you later.